Speaker Bosma, President Pro Tem Long, Lieutenant Governor, Senator Lannon, Representative Pilaf, members of this Assembly, and of the Judiciary, my fellow Hoosiers. It's an honor to stand before you all today to discuss the state of our state and the work that we will do this session to make life better for all of our citizens. While you've given me the privilege of this podium, I applaud all of you for the work that you've done to help Indiana grow and prosper, all while minding the store and ensuring our fiscal house is in fact in order. Thanks to the collective talent and energy of our fellow Hoosiers, along with your dedication and that of my two predecessors in this office, I can say unequivocally that the state of our state is sound. As I said at my inauguration, together we have the special charge of leading Indiana into the 3rd century. That means we need to think not just about today, but about the years to come. And we need to act with boldness and courage to solve our current issues and prepare Indiana for the ever-changing future. As we undertake this journey, our secret weapon is the Hoosier pioneering spirit itself, proven over the last 200 years. The ingenuity, determination, and common sense that enables us not only to overcome any challenge, but also to continually find better ways of doing things. It's that spirit, it's that reason that Indiana stands today as one of the top 5 business states in the country. And there are more Hoosiers working today than at any other time in our history. These facts are not ends in and of themselves. Rather, they tell a compelling story about potential, about more possibilities, about growing opportunities for every Hoosier citizen. Because we've created one of the best business climates in the country, we've become national leaders in business growth. Businesses and jobs that a dozen years ago were going to Austin or Boston or Silicon Valley are now coming to Indiana. Because we saw that innovation and high tech were keys to unlocking the 21st century economy, we aggressively pursued them. And today, those investments have ignited new high-tech jobs all across our state. Businesses from all around the world are coming to Indiana now because our costs of living and doing business are low and the quality of our workforce is high. This is great news for Hoosier workers. But to paraphrase Apollo Mission Director Gene Kranz, complacency is not an option. Leadership is all about continually moving forward, relentlessly working toward ways to improve. We know the world won't stand still, and those who don't keep up will be left behind. For all our growing strength in high tech, too many Hoosier businesses are having trouble finding the skilled workers they need to grow. With our 21st century economy increasingly driven by knowledge and advanced skills, too many Hoosiers are not properly prepared for the jobs of the future. Not just potential scientists and engineers, but also coders, machinists, mechanics, and welders. In addition, as I said last week, over the next 10 years, we'll need to find 1 million new skilled workers to replace the 700,000 baby boomers who will retire, plus the 300,000 new jobs we'll need to create. While we can take genuine pride in being the crossroads of America, roads need upkeep, and Hoosiers and Hoosier businesses require stronger connections now than ever before. and at the exact time when we can't afford to lose the talents of a single citizen. Too many Hoosiers are caught in the strangling grip of drugs and that illness. To ensure that every Hoosier has the opportunity to live up to their potential right here in Indiana, our challenge is clear. We need to sustain our momentum in economic development and at the same time build on it. This is our task, to take Indiana to the next level. So I'm proposing a set of transformational priorities, my 5 pillars, aimed at doing just that. Most will require long-term commitment and focus. Some will require new resources and new ways of doing business, but all of them need to start now. For 2017, we must, 1, create and cultivate a strong and diverse economy to ensure that Indiana remains a magnet for jobs. 2, fund a long-term roads and bridges plan that takes the greatest advantage of our location. 3, develop a 21st century skilled and ready workforce. 4, attack the drug epidemic. And 5, provide great government service at great value to taxpayers. Let's start with strengthening and diversifying our economy, because I believe that is the linchpin to improving Hoosier lives. Everything is a little bit easier if you have a job. As we begin our 3rd century, we see jobs and entire industries based on knowledge, technology, and innovation, and we're as likely to be trading with Germany and South Korea as we are with Georgia and South Dakota. This really hit home to me again on a recent trade relations mission to London. I visited with the CEOs of 3 major global companies based there. Tate & Lyle, the biggest user of Indiana corn. ArcelorMittal, whose Indiana Harbor Complex is the largest integrated steelmaking facility in North America. And Rolls-Royce, which makes more of its products here in Indianapolis than anywhere else in the world. And by the way, just invested another $600 million here. These 3 CEOs all separately shared the same theme with me. Each day, they wake up with a worldview. They must grow their business or die, which means they have to decide which markets to grow and invest in. Our job is to make sure that when they're making those decisions, they see Indiana as their sweet spot. That said, the heart and soul of our economy is still small business. Lucas Oil didn't start as a stadium. Forrest Lucas was a truck driver from Ramsey, Indiana, whose trucks kept breaking down, so he created a better oil, which he sold, by the way, in the trunk of his car. Representative Sharon Nagel, her candy shops and custard shops have doubled their revenue and employment over the past 20 years over in Attica. Reggie Jones started out working in a McDonald's, and he now owns 7 of them. Sonny Beck started driving a tractor in his dad's business in 1940 when he was 5. Went all in on a new technology called hybrid seeds. And last year was chosen as Business Leader of the Year by the Indiana Chamber. So the question is, what will it take to make Indiana even more of a jobs magnet? A bedrock is to continue to manage our finances with the discipline we've shown over the past 12 years. That means passing another honestly balanced budget and maintaining the rainy day funds at a prudent level with no gimmicks, spending less than we take in and protecting our future. That's why I support a balanced budget amendment. This sets us apart from many other states, keeps us in a good position to withstand future economic downturns, and encourages businesses to locate and stay here in Indiana. Another thing that sets our state apart is our low cost of energy. Indiana runs on coal. Let's apply technology and innovation to find new ways to unleash this abundant source of power by burning coal cleanly while keeping Hoosiers employed and factories humming. At the same time, we'll grow our 21st century economy by investing in and nurturing entrepreneurship, innovation, and technology pursuits. I propose a plan to make available $1 billion over the next 10 years to make Indiana the capital of innovation and entrepreneurship. This will include the Next Level Indiana Fund, the 21st Century Fund, and a new grant program to support innovation and entrepreneurship initiatives among higher education and in our local communities. I will ask you to continue to support the Regional Cities Initiative by investing $4 million more this budget. This will keep the planning and momentum going in other regions of the state that did not receive funding in the program's first round. I've talked with the leaders in the 3 regions that we've funded so far, including Mayors Buttigieg of South Bend and Henry of Fort Wayne and Winnicky of Evansville, and they're all huge believers. It's bringing local officials together, regardless of political persuasion, to coordinate and align their planning efforts as they've never done before. And every dollar of state public funds has generated $14 more in the private, philanthropic, and local communities. My second pillar is a sustainable plan to fund our roads and bridges for the next 20 years. We're able to drive the goods we produce and grow to 80% of the nation's population within 24 hours. For Indiana, the crossroads of America is more than a motto. It's our mission. I will work with you to establish a plan that preserves what we have, finishes commitments we have made, and invests in the new projects for the future that ensures Indiana will remain the crossroads of America. These include projects in every quadrant of our state, upgrades of US 30 from Fort Wayne to Valparaiso and 31 to South Bend, additional lanes on I-70 and I-65 from Jeffersonville to Crown Point, completing I-69 from border to border. When it comes to paying for these projects, I'm open about a menu of options. The fact is, existing sources of revenue are just not keeping up. Now, I'm a believer that every time you ask a taxpayer for $1, you better be darn sure you need it and are going to use it effectively for its intended purposes. And here's a case that if we ask Hoosiers to invest a little more to meet the need, the return is going to be well worth it for them, for our communities, and for our economy. In addition to the investments in roads and bridges, we must invest in other infrastructure projects that will further separate us from the competition. That's why I'm asking you to authorize funding to strengthen our connection to the country and to the world. This includes double tracking the South Shoreline to improve access for Hoosiers who travel between Northwest Indiana and Chicago, and incentives for more direct flights to better connect Hoosiers to national and international markets. These will save us both time and money, but they're also a critical part of our efforts to attract talent and business to mutually grow. As I think about the future, it also includes adding a 4th water port in southeastern Indiana, which will help accelerate economic development and play to our strength in that beautiful part of our state. We also have the responsibility to maintain and strengthen our basic infrastructure that is critical to our communities and our people, and yet is showing the strain of age. This may not be sexy, but it has to be done. We will pay special attention to our water needs and ensure we have a plan that's efficient, sustainable, and affordable as we move forward.